Good morning children. Welcome back to another chemistry video where we will discuss the composition of matter. Now about matter we already have discussed. What is it? Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Now composition means material that makes up something and the way it is organized. What is composition? Material that makes up something and the way it is organized. So, the composition of matter means the material from which matter is made up, or we can say the material from which matter is composed of. Now, at page number 2, here we already have studied that matter is made up of small particles called molecules. So, we may say that matter is composed of molecules or matter is made up of molecules, but molecules themselves are made up of atoms. And what is atom? It is the smallest part of an element, and atom itself have no independent existence. That is, atom does not exist independently. So because molecules themselves are made up of atoms and atom is the smallest part of an element and have no independent existence, so therefore we can say matter is composed of element or matter is made up of elements. So actually matter is ultimately composed of elements. Next we have definition of element. Underline: a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances by a chemical mean or by a chemical reaction is called an element. What is element? A substance that cannot be split. So important property of element is it cannot be split. Next we have few examples of elements like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, sulfur, iron, copper, etc. And all these elements are represented by symbols. And how do we write these symbols? That is, each element is represented by a symbol which is usually first letter of its name but in capital. What is first letter of its name in capital? For example, hydrogen is represented by capital H, first letter. Carbon is represented by capital C, first letter. Nitrogen is represented by capital N, first letter. But first letter of more than one elements are same, so some elements are denoted by two letters, first in capital and second in small. Keep in mind, first in capital and second in small. For example, cobalt is represented by capital C small o, capital C small o. Because in case of carbon and cobalt, first letter is C, so cobalt is represented by first letter and by second letter, and first letter should be capital and second should be small. Now again few elements have same first and second letter, then therefore they are denoted according to their Latin names. For example, copper. In case of copper, because in case of copper and cobalt first two letters are CO, so copper is denoted according to its Latin name cuprum. So its denotation is capital C small u, that is capital C small u. Similarly, iron is denoted or represented by its Latin name ferrum. So its symbol is capital F and small e. So similarly in textbook we have these symbols. Elements are represented by symbols. Thus hydrogen is represented by capital H, nitrogen is represented by capital N, oxygen by capital O, carbon by capital C, sulfur by capital S, and iron from its Latin name ferrum, that is capital F small e, and copper according to its Latin name cuprum, that is capital C small u. Next we have compound. When two or more elements chemically combine together, a compound results. That is, compound is formed by a combination of two or more elements. Compound is formed by a combination of two or more elements. So, because compound is formed from elements, so we can say that a compound can be split into its constituent elements. Compound can be split into its constituent elements by a chemical means. So there is a major difference between element and compound. That is, element cannot be split, but compound can be split into its constituents. Next we have definition of compound. Underline: a substance that can be split into its simpler substances by a chemical means is called a compound. That can be split. For example, water, whose formula is H2O, is compound because water whose formula is H2O is made up of two hydrogen elements and one oxygen element. So we can say that because water is formed from elements or made up of elements, so water is compound. Similarly, second example of compound we have carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide have formula CO2. So because again it is made up of one carbon element and two oxygen elements, so it is compound. So here we have examples. Hydrogen combines with oxygen to form water. Water is a compound as it can split into hydrogen and oxygen because it is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Similarly, carbon combines with oxygen to form the compound carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide can split into carbon and oxygen. So from this paragraph we came to know that element cannot split and compound can split, because compound is made up of two or more elements, and examples of elements are like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, sulfur, iron and copper, and of compound are like water and carbon dioxide. Next topic is atoms and molecules. Atom is the smallest part of an element, and firstly we will discuss about atom. That is, if we go on subdividing an element, we will arrive at a part that cannot be divided further. That part is known as atom of the element, and it is the atom of the element that take part in chemical reaction. Next we have definition of atom. Underline: an atom is the smallest part of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. What is atom? It is the smallest part of an element, and it can take part in chemical reaction. Now, important point about atom we have: an atom does not exist independently, or we can say atom cannot stand on its own. Next we have molecule. Molecule is obtained from two or more atoms, or we can say when two or more atoms combine together we get molecule. Two or more atoms combine together to form a molecule. And an important point about molecule is a molecule is capable of independent existence, or we can say it can stand it on its own. So underline the definition of molecule. A molecule is the smallest part of an element or a compound that is capable of independent existence. What is molecule? It is the smallest part of an element. Now, because molecule is formed from atoms or molecule is obtained by combination of atoms, so atoms combine in a fixed whole number ratio to form a molecule, and every molecule is represented by a formula, and every formula indicates the number of atoms, the same or the different elements constituting the molecules. What does it mean? It means the molecular formula indicates the number of atoms present in that molecule. So indirectly we can say atoms combine together to form molecule. So on the basis of types of atom, we have different types of molecules. First we have molecule of an element, and second we have molecule of a compound. In a molecule of an element, there are same elements, that is, molecule of an element made up of atoms of the same element, and molecule of a compound made up of atoms of the different elements. Here we have different elements and here we have same element. For example, consider these are the two atoms of hydrogen, and when these two atoms of hydrogen combine together, they will form molecule of an hydrogen, molecule of a hydrogen having formula H2. Similarly, when two atoms of nitrogen combine together, they will form molecule of nitrogen having formula N2. Now, because in these two examples molecules are made up of same kind of elements or same type of atoms, so therefore we can say H2 and N2 are the molecules of an element. Molecules of an element. Similarly, we have molecule of compound, for example water. Now, when two atoms of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen, they will form molecule of water having formula H2O. Now, here we will have two types of atom, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So because there are different types of atoms, so we can say that water is molecule of a compound. Similarly, in a textbook, a molecule of an element is made up of atoms of the same element, and molecule of a compound is made up of atoms of the different elements. Here we have different elements and here we have same elements. Now, for example, an atom of hydrogen combines with another atom of hydrogen form a molecule of hydrogen having formula H2. Similarly, molecular nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine are represented by N2O2, Cl2, and ozone is represented by formula O3 because it contains 3 atoms of oxygen. So it is represented by O3. Again, molecule of compound, we have example of water, that is, two atoms of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen to form a molecule of water, and it is represented by H2O. Similarly, ammonia molecule is represented by NH3 because it is made up of one atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. Now, important point to note is, if sample of an element or a compound is pure, then what happens? Then molecular formula remains same, or we can say the formula of its molecule does not change, and this means the number of combining atoms are fixed or same. In figure 1.12, we have different types of atoms like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Now, when same types of atoms combine, then we get molecule of element, and when different kinds of atom combine, we get molecule of compound. For example, when two atoms of hydrogen combine, we get hydrogen molecule. So here we have same types of atoms. So this molecule is molecule of element. Similarly, when two atoms of hydrogen combine with one atom of oxygen, we get water molecule. And here we have different types of atoms. So we can say that water molecule is molecule of compound. Similarly, we have nitrogen molecule and oxygen molecule. So in hydrogen and oxygen molecule, we have same types of atoms. So these molecules are of elements. And in case of nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide and ammonia, we have different types of atoms. So these molecules are the molecules of compound. Next we have what holds together atoms and molecules. Now there are forces of attraction that holds together the atoms in a molecule and molecules in matter. As we already have studied that molecules are held together in matter by intermolecular force or by cohesion. So similarly, atoms in a molecules are held together by force known as chemical bond, or we can say the force that holds any two atoms in a molecule together is called chemical bond. Now, among a chemical bond and intermolecular force, chemical bond is much stronger. Underline, a chemical bond is much stronger than an intermolecular force. So because of this reason, atoms are held together in a molecule strongly than molecules in a matter. And because of this reason, it is more difficult to separate the atoms of a molecule than to separate the molecules from matter. From this topic, we came to know that atoms in a molecules are held together by chemical bond, and molecules in a matter are held together by intermolecular force. And these chemical bonds are much stronger as compared to intermolecular forces.